This is the Illimitable Experience Podcast. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Illimitable Experience Podcast. If you're watching this video, like this video, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do subscribe to the channel. With that, today we have as our guest Aayush Sarda. Hi Aayush, how are you?
Hi Dave. Hi Manan. I'm amazing. Really happy to be here with both of you.
Really nice. Yeah, I'm glad that we are doing this after a long time, after we discussed that what we'll be doing. And I'm looking forward to recording this episode with you today.
Definitely. Likewise.
Yeah. So Ayush, for the viewers who don't know who you are, can you just tell me who you are and what you are into?
So, hi everyone. My name is Aayush Sarda, as Manan has already pointed out. I am 26 years old. I am an MBA graduate. I am currently into three things. The first one that I would like to, the focus of my career, I would say the passion is into skincare. I have opened a firm of OTC skincare products by the name of Elvey Essentials. That is ELVEY Essentials. It's almost been a year since we are into the market, and it's a really competitive space. And I really feel India has a lot to offer in terms of skincare. And one of the other things that I really like to do is dabble in the stock market. I don't think we'll be going into that in this podcast, but just to give you a brief, over the 2 years of my MBA, I have developed an algorithm with my friend, and we do high frequency trading. And so one of the things that I feel that sets us apart from other trading algorithms is we do not employ a stop loss. So since the time we've been trading, so it's been almost 3.5, 4 years, we haven't had a single rupees loss. That is something that that we are quite proud of. I wouldn't say that this is unheard of, but it is something quite new. Also, the third thing that I am into, I right now am a consultant for a reputed firm, which I cannot state for obvious legal reasons. But I've been trying to get into the consultancy game, and I am a fintech consultant. It's been 6 to 8 months since I've been there. So I don't really know how long I'll be there, but the plan is to switch back to LB as soon as I can, after I've had a taste of something that that I don't want to do.
Wow. So three major things that you are into, man. That is quite commendable. That ऐसा भी नहीं कि इसमें से एक भी चीज ऐसी है कि it's not worth your time. Everything requires your equal amount of energy and attention, and yet you are able to manage these three things. Great. So Ayush, when the reason why today that we are talking is obviously yesterday when I told on my podcast that there is a CEO of skincare company coming. So that is the main reason that you are here today. So Ayush, why, despite having done engineering and MBA, right, you could have gone for a mainstream, job immediately after your graduation, but you chose a business that is related to skincare, which nowhere you must have studied during your college years. So क्यों ऐसा कि skincare में जाना है?
It is actually something very personal to me. After the 10th grade, I started going out. We were in college, and then puberty hit. So that is when my skin took a tumble. I had rapid acne. I had extreme confidence issues. Even when I tried talking to people, I could think of, oh, are they looking at my skin? Most of them were not. It's mostly in your head rather than others. So one of the things that I, was sure even before engineering, was that I want to do something in this space. Now I want to create an awareness of trying to get good skin. Obviously, it all depends on your genes and hormones, and many things are out of your control. But through a healthy lifestyle and the right products, organic products, I feel you can have a clear skin, which actually goes a long way to be confident. At least that is my perception of it. So before engineering, मैंने engineering के पहले भी I was sure that I was going to do a business. That was for sure. No matter how much money I earned in the job, even half of it, I would be happy. I would be doubly happy doing business. Because one of my main goals was to create employment, but I wasn't sure where and when. So after this experience, it was a struggle of 2-3 years. In fact, even in the first year of engineering, uh, I struggled a lot with that. It was one of the low points in my life. So obviously, everyone has their battles to fight. This was mine. So I was sure even before. So the reason why I did engineering and MBA was, I really wanted to have a solid backup. In case nothing failed, I really wanted that. So it never was a case of passion. I don't think 90% of the engineers are passionate about their jobs. At least what I could tell about my batch and my seniors and my juniors, none of them are in mainstream engineering. So to give you a background, we studied production engineering, that is sort of mechanical machines. None of my friends, none of my classmates are remotely even in the same jobs that we studied about. But that's how life is. I mean, you learn something and then you realize that you don't want to do it, and then you unlearn it, and then you go ahead do something else. So I did my MBA in finance because I was genuinely interested in the financial world. I used to love stocks, and I used to love reading about companies, knowing what they are doing, and I was anyway very curious. So that is the reason why I did MBA directly after my engineering. And as soon as MBA was over, I was probably the only guy in my college who opted out of placements. I mean, I had gotten calls from seniors, from teachers saying that generally people go in this college for the high paying fancy job, and why are you dropping out of it? But I was pretty sure, and partly it's all thanks to my father. One of the luxuries that I have in life, that I always had in life, was no pressure from my parents, my grandparents. We were, since the time I know, we were quite comfortable during we were quite comfortable in the matters of money. And that actually goes a long way, in my opinion, to shape who you really are. If you're constantly thinking about when your next paycheck is going to come, if your life depends on the money that you earn, that is an extremely, an environment of pressure, which I don't think many people could thrive in, at least not me. So I really am thankful to my parents, my father, who did not let me worry about monetary gains. So I could actually focus on what I really wanted to do, which sadly is not a luxury that is afforded by everyone. So I realized that. So my accomplishments, though I would, love for you to tell your audience they are great, but it is partly I'm thankful to God and my parents, because I don't think I'm anywhere special or anywhere close to hardworking, or I have achieved anything great in life that many of my peers in my college have. I was always given that luxury of choosing what I want to do, and thankfully, I think I did that well. So that's about it.
I mean, that's a great story. One of the things that makes a product great or makes a company great is not always about the product or, the services they provide. It is sometimes, I mean, majority of the times it's about the backstory. That tells के ये company क्यों start की थी या ये business क्यों start हुआ था. So with this, it is always like your personal investment and attachment as well to this company कि अच्छा I have faced this problem, मेरा confidence वो time पे low था because of my skin and etc. And that is why I want to do this करके. It's a great message that you are giving out, and obviously you'll be generating employment as well as you intended to. And Ayush, another thing is that, okay, this is the first time that you have talked openly about your standard of living, okay, but and you have been quite honest about it. So as an outsider also who is like getting to know you in detail today, it is quite surprising कि he is at least aware कि all these what he has had so far is a privilege. He is not blind to the fact that कि ये सब जो है वो मतलब रहने वाला है. Okay, that is why you're
मनन, मैंने
doing this.
100 मीटर का अगर रेस है लाइफ, तो मेरे पेरेंट्स और भगवान की वजह से आई एम स्टार्टिंग एट द 50 मीटर पॉइंट. truthfully, I mean, I have seen my classmates from MBA struggle. They have, it is amazing what they are doing right now. They're supporting their families. They have to have their job. They have to. They don't have an option of falling back. And I have been given the privilege of doing that. I have the privilege of failing, and that is amazingly liberating.
Correct.
So I am genuinely thankful.
That's really great, man. I mean, I wish that you achieve great heights because of your modesty as well, and your being humbleness, I would say. So Ayush,
Yes, sir.
Ayush, ये the name Elvey, right? तो ये नाम के पीछे क्या है? Like, how did you come up with such a strange name, which is not commonly used by people, even in a conversation? ये नाम
Got
कहाँ
it.
से आया?
I would like to engage you in an activity right now. Are you comfortable in Hindi? Obviously, Hindi आती है.
हाँ, yeah.
English भी आती है, right? Name a random word connected to Hindi relating to beauty. कोई भी, कुछ भी बोलो आप.
सुंदर. And I
Search
mean,
about it.
first top of the word तो यही आया.
Whatever, even your viewers. I'll tell you something. Even your viewers, think of, note down 5 names connected to beauty in Hindi, English, French, Spanish, German. 5 names, 5 words, and try to form a company around it. Everything was taken. This India is a market of around, in my opinion, if you look at Amazon, there are around 5,000 or 7,000 face washes in the glowing face wash category. There are around 16,000 face washes in anti-acne. There are around 20,000 or 21,000 moisturizing creams. And different products means different companies. There is every player here that you can think of making things that, that it's very difficult to have your mind wrap around this, but it is a country of 120 crore people. Obviously, there are going to be hundreds and thousands of different types of companies. So the first 3-4 days, we were trying to think of names. Everything was taken. So we were sure of one thing, that, we wanted to keep the name very simple. Maybe a 5-letter word or a 4-letter word, which is very easy to speak in a conversation. There are many companies that, most of the companies that are in the market have names which are very easy to speak, the successful ones. You don't have to struggle in speaking them, their pronunciation. So that is what we wanted to do. So Elvey is sad to say, I mean, there is no backstory around it. Unless once we are successful and we, make one. Honestly, there is no backstory around Elvey. I wish I could say that, कुछ मैं अलग story बोलता कि ये मुझे सपने में आया, ये मेरे को दिखा, ये वो. Nothing like that. It is a very, it was a very catchy name suggested by my partner's wife. So all of us seemed to like it, and, it had a good name to it, and it wasn't taken. So after 2-3 years of, constant head banging, we thought that what's in a name? I mean, what we are going to do should stand out. नाम तो बन ही जाएगा, कुछ भी रख लो आगे. So that is how Elvey was born. So sad to disappoint you if you thought it has a big story behind it, but it
बैक
doesn't.
स्टोरी भी नहीं है. तो लेकिन एलवी का कुछ मीनिंग है, लाइक इज इट अ डिक्शनरी वर्ड जो
मैं वही बोल रहा ना, once we are successful हम मीनिंग बनाएंगे. एलवी क्या है ये? अभी तो कुछ नहीं है. It is simply ELVEY. That's how it is.
Oh, nice. ठीक है. Yes, that's right. Wow. So this is the first time कि कोई मीनिंग जानने गए हो, but it's like it does not have a meaning, but ऐसे ही बना दिया, आगे जाके बना लेंगे.
हाँ कोई.
हाँ वही, the story तो उसकी कमी नहीं है. So Ayush, your company Elvey, उसमें like what are the products that you sell, and what is your like I would say product line क्या है तुम्हारा? या USP क्या है?
So one of the things that we saw was in the Indian market, there were not a lot of products with natural fruit extracts in them. So the sad part is India is moving towards the West, while West is realizing that the holistic view of life is towards the East philosophy, अपना the natural things. अपन जिसको हल्दी दूध बोलते हैं, आज वो लोग उसको घुमा के टर्मरिक, येलो, मैजिक मिल्क करके बेच रहे 500 रुपए में, 600 रुपए में, और अपन पी भी रहे. We do not know that turmeric milk was something that was, here for around at least 1,000, more than that. It's written in our Vedas, scriptures and what have you. There are many things that those people are now using. The West is using uptan, they're using multani mitti, they're using neem, they're using all these products that we have been taught to since the time of our recorded history. So one of the things we saw was not a lot of products here are heavily into fruit and fruit extracts and the natural way of solving skin problems. So we thought, this is a very pilot project. I'll tell you, I'll be very honest with you. We are not looking for any funding. I am personally not chasing millions of dollars of valuation, nor am I chasing a higher standard of living. I'm quite comfortable where I am at. And that is where I think we are winning. We don't have that hunger for, extreme growth at the cost of having a lesser product. So we are carefully looking at our every move. So right now we only have 5 products. The 5 products are only catered to the face, nothing else. So as we move forward, we have a plan to venture into body care, then into hair care, then into nutraceuticals. We already have the resources, we have the money backing, we have the talent, and we have the R&D too. But the sole reason we are waiting is, to make a respectable brand for ourselves. That I would say would require a year more, in my opinion. Once people start to know us, they will take our products. They will give us that chance. So I'll ask you something which I asked you, I think, in our previous meet also. What face wash do you use? Don't name the company if you don't want to. But what type of face wash do you use and how long have you been using it for?
I use an all-purpose face wash, and the company, I mean, I will give you like a hint only. It sounds like, the name sounds like Gardener.
Okay, and how long have you been using that face wash for?
I guess 2018 or 19 then.
So 3 years.
3-4
years. So this is where skincare it's an extremely personal experience. People will not compromise. अगर तुमने 10 रुपए कम कर दिया फेस वॉश का, तो ऐसा नहीं कि तुम्हारे से ले लेंगे, ओ आ जाओ मैं ये लगा लेता. Face is something that you show to the world. That is something that you generally don't compromise on. So it is not a matter of cost, it is a matter of trust. Right? वो मैं 5 प्रोडक्ट आज मैंने निकाले और मैं सस्ते भी अगर निकाल दिए, it's not as if the people will come flocking to me. And मैंने महंगे भी निकाले, but I give them genuinely nice, results. They will buy, which is true. I'm not allowed to name names here, but there is a very famous French company which sells moisturizers, 15 ml moisturizers for 3 grand, 4 grand. And females are lapping it up. 15 ml. That is like this big. So obviously you can't fool a large number of people for a large amount of time. People are bound to catch up. So right now the 5 products we have are only catering to the face. It's 2 types of face wash. It's one is a overnight glow tonic, one is a moisturizing cream, and one is a vitamin C serum. So these are the 5 products we have. We are planning. So I'm happy to announce here that we have already rolled out our shower gels in a soft launch. Maybe in a month or 2, we'll start fully advertising them. So it's been a good year, but let's see how the reaction is. Let's see how people like us. And only then we are planning to go full-fledged into this. So we are tiptoeing around it.
That's really fantastic. So Ayush, ये जो तुम्हारे products थे, so these are only meant for females or it is for males also? Because I'll give you my personal observation as well. कि चल ठीक है, you were conscious about your skin right from the college days, right? I don't think many men take their face का फेस के रिलेटेड जो भी है पिंपल्स या एक्ने है, सीरियसली until it is like covering their full face. ऐसा नहीं कि एक पिंपल हो गया तो they will start running to the pharmacy to buy a face wash. तो do you have male products, number one, and number two is के अभी in this 2021 वाला जो 22 वाला जो साल है, या वो डायनेमिक्स चेंज हो गए कि नहीं, अभी मेन भी अपनी स्किन को सीरियसली लेते हैं?
So to answer your first question, yes, all our products are unisex. I feel every product is unisex bahar lagane se, unless you are consuming something with estrogen or something medically like a pill or something that is going inside your body. Wo female or male, it makes sense. But every product, even the ones that are catered to females, men can apply and they do. Secondly, coming to your point, I wouldn't agree with you at all. You know, from my experience, India has now, I think, what, 500, 600 million internet subscribers. I think more than that. Everyone is on social media. Everyone is making videos. Even the tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 towns, the villages, everyone is active on some form of social media or other. And everyone wants to look good. And that is the natural way of life. That is how humans are wired, to look good. Men are genuinely taking a very deep interest in their skincare. Obviously, not as much as females. So we don't have, different creams or products for different parts of our face. Yet, you wouldn't see a man applying something else to his eyebrow and something else on his mustache or something else on his. But you see a lot of products now too. So there are products for beards now. Companies are doing fabulously well. Beard के लिए अलग shampoo आ रहा है, अलग oil आ रहा है. Who would have thought कि beard के लिए अलग ही एक पूरा एक segment बन जाएगा और company 100, 200, 400, 500 करोड़ का revenue ला रही है, वैसी companies. So I can't name names, but there are 2, 3 very famous companies which cater specifically for beard. So one of the things that I have noticed that men are taking actual and active interest in being the best versions of themselves. So they are definitely very curious of what they are putting on their face. आज you apply a face wash, your dad must have not. जो साबुन बदन पे तुम्हारे पापा अप्लाई करते थे वही तुम्हारे उनके फेस पे जाता था और वही कभी कभी सर पे. One soap was for all. आज soap is considered unhygienic by many. I've seen many people who only use shower gels. A face wash is something that every man buys. Moisturizing cream is something that every man applies. Obviously, the segmentation, the types of variety will always be different. No matter where you are in history, females will always have more choices because they are, in my opinion, genuinely more inclined towards keeping good care of their outer appearances. But that's not to discount the fact that men are actively taking an interest, and they genuinely are. 30 to 40% of our customers are men.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. So that is a segment you cannot ignore anymore.
Right. Now, again, obviously, now that you have clarified this, so another question that comes to my mind is कि just like you said कि पहले एक product all purpose के लिए होता था, right? जैसे तुमने साबुन का example दिया. So similarly, when it comes to the skin related products, are men still of the fact कि अच्छा ऐसा कुछ ले लेंगे जो हम face wash माने all purpose जैसा ले लेंगे, वैसे वाले products अभी भी लेते हैं या they have become like very particular कि pimples के लिए एक अलग product लेंगे, glow के लिए अलग product लेंगे?
No, so इतना awareness तो अभी भी नहीं है in my opinion. आज तू या मैं shampoo लेने जाए तो we will not go into the extreme details कि oh ये करता है ये करता है. It's a shampoo, it looks good, it solves one of my purpose. So if your purpose is dandruff, तो कोई भी anti dandruff उठा लेंगे. अंदर तू देखेगा नहीं ज्यादा. If your purpose is anti hair fall shampoo, so you will go into that segment. So the segments are already there. But itna awareness, I don't think men are wired to do, in my opinion. Majority of the men don't overthink this stuff. It is mostly whatever they can pick up first, whatever is appealing to them. Whichever product has a little gender neutral colors.
Right.
It's a very rare thing that you will see men buying फेस वॉश विथ एक्सट्रीम पिंक या एकदम नियॉन कलर्स या एकदम एकदम लवी डवी टाइप स्टफ. You wouldn't. There will be obviously men who do that, and it is perfectly fine. It's their choice. But generally, what I have noticed is they like, dark themes. They like something plain, something minimalistic, something like that. So while designing our product, we kept both of this in mind. So naturally, our main target was females. Though it is a unisex product, but I feel the females are the one that we really need to target, because, to put it very bluntly, they will be our biggest source of revenue, because they love to experiment. They like to try new things. Do you have any face mask or do you have any face pack, something like that, जो तू करता है?
Right.
A lot of your female friends might be doing it. Weekend आया, they might be preparing some. घर पे they must be preparing some mask, honey, oatmeal, whatever, or they must be, for to relax. They must be having that. दो ककड़ी डालते हैं ना इधर, लड़की में दिखते रहे.
Yeah.
So that is generally, you don't see men doing that. As of now, I don't know आगे क्या होगा. So it is always beneficial to target your products more towards females, but also keep a balanced way of how you present it. So that is what we did with Elvey. So your your viewers can check our website out. I feel the designs that we have are quite unique. Something that are not generally seen. So I feel they really stand out, and they are appealing to both the sexes at the same time.
Right. So Ayush, moving to another important aspect, जब भी I mean, as far as my memory is clear about this, कि जब भी ये 2020 में वो Black Lives Matter वाला कुछ हुआ था, right, अमेरिका में, तो उसकी वजह से पूरे like all around the world there was a lot of impact on your industry related जो companies है उनके वहाँ पे. Now I still remember that one of the companies changed their name from, they had the word fair in them, okay, but then they changed their company name from Fair to Glow. Okay, I don't want to name the full name, but this major change was there attributed to their name. So what is it के, I mean, how is it relevant कि at the end of the day skin products ही बेच रहे हैं, right? तो भी skin product बेच रहे हैं, but do you like feel that people have this obsession with fair color or something like that people are still going to buy?
Yeah, honestly, the first really major thing that I want to point out is उन्होंने नाम change किया है. अंदर का ingredients तो नहीं किया है ना change.
Correct.
तुम आज पानी बेचो, पानी को बोल के, फिर तुम कल उसको H2O बोलो, अंदर तो सेम चीज है. Secondly, India and West are totally different. Obviously, Black Lives Matter is something that is centric to the US. That is what they are facing. So it has a ripple effect, because US is related to a lot of. It is the center. It is the center of geopolitics. It is the center of media. It is the center of everything new. So I would say there is a ripple effect, but Indians, most of us don't even know यार. तुम्हें पता है Black Lives Matter, तुम गांव में जाके पूछो, उसको पता भी नहीं होगा क्या है वो. मतलब Black Lives Matter, तुमने Maslow's theory पढ़ी है? Maslow's theory of hierarchy.
Yes.
So the first bottom layer is what? Food, water, shelter.
Correct.
Only when these things are fulfilled, the person wants the next level. And that is fulfilled, they want the respect, job security, and that is fulfilled, self-actualization. Our country is still, our country still has people in the first layer. उनको टाइम ही नहीं है यार ये सब सोचने का. उनको अगला उनका खाना कहाँ से आ रहा है वो सोचना है उनको. So that is a luxury to be afforded by the rich. So I don't think India has a big impact on Black Lives Matter or whatever. And secondly, you always crave something that you don't have in abundance. आप पता नहीं US गए हो कि नहीं, or I don't know if you have friends in the US, but they are obsessed with tanned skin. Are they not? Artificial tanning कराएंगे, and वो लोग caramel skin are considered exotic. Why? क्योंकि वहाँ पे इतने कम लोग हैं. It's mostly whites there, or they were, as a matter of fact, right?
Correct.
जो ज़्यादा है उसकी value नहीं है. Now sadly, this is a tropical country. Tropical country मतलब धूप ज़्यादा मतलब obviously people are not that fair. So the fair people stand out here.
Correct.
And they are preferred. Am I saying this is right or wrong? It is obviously right. It is obviously not my place to question someone what their beauty standards are. It becomes wrong when you start treating them differently or badly, right? Unless and until there is no racism involved, I don't think there is a problem with having a preference of fair skin over dark. That is you must be liking a certain type of partner for yourself. Someone with a height or a short height, or someone with the hair of this color or eye of this color. Similarly, you can have a preference for your partner or preference for your beauty standards. If you think someone is fair and if that appeals to you, by all means, why not? But if you start treating the other people badly on that expense, so that is when it becomes a problem. So ये जो Black Lives Matter है, ये सब यार, ये सब अमीरों के प्रॉब्लम है. हाँ, सोच ले. Sorry to put it very bluntly, those are my views. I can be wrong. I am wrong most of the times too. That is how I am as a person. Anyone in your viewer has a counterpoint, I will genuinely listen to them. But all I'm saying is that is a problem that they are facing, and I don't know if because I have not read about it much, nor am I interested. अपने देश में इतना चल रहा है, इतना problem. I might as well have my focus here.
Correct.
Every country goes through certain problems, but that Black Lives Matter वो fair का उन्होंने glow कर दिया, but अंदर तो same ही चीज है ना. अंदर वही ingredients है जो आपको fair बना रहा है, तो तुमने क्या ही अलग कर दिया.
Right.
I mean, one good thing that came out of this is many models who were not fair skinned got a chance. That maybe we are wired to think fair is beautiful. I don't know, because of mainstream media. So a beautiful woman 200 years ago was considered, a plump woman was considered beautiful, and even a man. But that signifies कि इसके पास खाने को है. So that was a standard of beauty 200 years ago. 100-150 साल पहले कुछ और था. 20 साल पहले, 25 साल पहले एकदम slim figures का trend आया. Now, if you see, and I'm sorry, I don't want to be crass or something. I'll try to find a better word for it. But the rap music, the videos, the type of women here are a little on the voluptuous side. If I mean, so standards of beauty keep changing every year. They get dictated by the media, and subconsciously you fall for it. So the one good step that came out of this is many companies said कि हाँ यार, हम सिर्फ fair models को ले रहे हैं, let us give these models a chance. And obviously all of them are beautiful. So the people got to see the side of them कि हाँ यार, ये heroines भी, it's not necessary to be fair all the time. So that is one good thing that I feel has come out of it. I don't know how long will this go for, but that is one thing that I feel ये अच्छा हुआ. Other than that, it is all marketing bullshit.
Strategy.
वो तो जो ही बेच रहा है, वो अंदर जो है वो ही बेच रहा है. So you have done nothing new in changing the name. वो तो तुमने pressure से नाम change कर दिया. Not a bold move.
वो तो है, वो plum वाला जो बोला कि लोग अगर जो hefty है, काफी healthy होते थे, तो they were considered rich. तो इसलिए तो वो कहावत बोली जाती है कि पेट है तो सेठ है.
Exactly.
Right. Even my father, see, I completely relate to it. I mean, obviously, I was being quite objective कि इन्होंने नाम भी change कर दिया, तो क्या ही लोगों को impact पड़ने वाला है. लोग at the end of the day वो ले ही रहे. And another reason
और एक बात बोलूं, आज भी तुम वो fair का नाम बोलोगे ना, आदमी वही देने वाला है.
Correct.
In fact, I don't think लोग glow and वो नाम से लेते होंगे वो product. The first search they must be doing is that या अपने किराने वाले को वही बोलते होंगे भाई वो दे, और वो दे देता हूँ. Brand colors are the same, company is the same. ठीक है.
Even my father is in this not exactly the same industry, but in the perfume industry, and their ancillary part is a little bit of cosmetics. So my father tells that in UAE or in Dubai at least, यहाँ पे तो obviously worldwide brands है सब skincare के related, right? On an average, a woman spends nearly 3,000 to 5,000 dirhams, which is 60,000 to 1 lakh of rupees on makeup. The Arab, the Filipinos, यहाँ पे और भी काफी nationalities के लोग रहते हैं, but ये दो जो particular लोग, हाँ?
In a year, right?
in
कि
a
month?
year, in a month, if I'm not wrong. In a month उन लोग
Really?
का स्पेंडिंग पावर या काफी काफी ज्यादा है, बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली हमें वो हिजाब में दिखता नहीं है कि उन लोग ने कितना मेकअप डाला है,
No.
बट these two sect of women, the Filipinos and the Arabs, are like mad behind the fake nails, makeup, perfume, oud,
Mm-hmm.
everything. So it's like quite understandable कि इतना कितना भी करो वो चीज तो रहने ही वाला है. The standard of beauty is always going to be like what is outside and not what is inside. Yeah. No, Ayush, what has been your experience so far with LV? Like, if I'm not wrong, one of the marketing strategies that you adopted, and because I had also personally seen one of your influencer marketing campaign. I mean, I don't remember the name of the influencer, but थी एक मैं देखा. I mean, should I take the name? मेरे को नाम याद आ गया इसलिए मुझे.
I honestly I don't remember. We tied up with many, but I wouldn't be
हाँ
even
हाँ.
to. You can take the name. I don't mind.
ये
What
तो
was
वो
the?
इन्फ्लुएंसर का नाम था झील शाह. ओके, दैट इज व्हाट आई रिमेम्बर. वो भी याद आ गया इसलिए बता रहा हूँ. तो हाउ हैज बीन योर एक्सपीरियंस विद सेलिंग अ विमेन सेंट्रिक प्रोडक्ट बाय अ विमेन? के इन्फ्लुएंसर स्ट्रेटेजी काम कर रहा है फॉर यू?
So to put it very bluntly, it did not work for us. Now, no, it can be our fault in selecting the wrong ones, or it can be the. So we were a very small company when we started, and we still are rather. So we couldn't throw massive money at proven influencers. You have some influencers which are actually proven. Matlab, what they recommend actually people buy. But those people know their value, and rightfully so, they charge a bomb upwards of 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh per post. But results आता है. I'll tell you, लाख रुपए मैंने दिया और मेरा प्रोडक्ट 50 या 100 लोग ने भी ट्राई किया. उसमें से if I retain 70, 80, so the money is only in recurring customers here. I'm losing money if it's a one-time buy, obviously, because I'm spending much more on marketing to attract them here. The money is always on recurring customers. Now, the influencers that were proven, we couldn't afford. So the ones we shortlisted were purely based on 2-3 metrics. One of them were obviously number of followers, and one of them was engagement rate. So I am not on Instagram personally. I never was. So there are many things that I didn't know. So I had to fill a lot of gaps in my knowledge through this. But the two things that I realized that matter are engagement rate. कि आपके पास भले ही 1000 फॉलोअर है, उसमें से 800 भी कमेंट कर रहे हैं, so that is phenomenal. The engagement rates of 5-6% were amazing as far as I remember. I've been little out of touch of this owing to my job requirements, but 5-6% was amazing. So like if you have a lakh of followers and 5,000 are commenting on your posts, that is really good. So we chose these influencers on the basis of that, and these influencers were amazing. They were really nice people to work with, but sadly it did not work because I am generalizing here. Obviously, I don't want your viewers to be offended, but one of the things that is true in India or worldwide, I don't know, a beautiful girl is followed mostly by men. अगर a girl is extremely beautiful, 100 follower में से 90 लोग मर्द है who have no business, who will not buy products. They are there for some other reasons. The reasons are known to them.
सरप्राइजिंग लगा. This is really surprising.
it is, think about it. Go to any a beautiful looking girl. There are many on Instagram, outward beauty. Click on their followers. Most of them I have noticed are men who will comment on her photo, but उनको घंटा भी नहीं फर्क पड़ता वो क्या बेच रही है, वो क्या एडवर्टाइज कर रही है. That is what happened with us. These influencers were amazing. They were really good looking people, and I wish them all the success in the world, but their target audience was men in tier 2, tier 3 towns who would not buy products. I could say a lot of things, but I am on camera, and it is a civil show, and I have a certain responsibility towards your audience. But that is where we realize we are wrong. So after 5-6 months of this activity, we realize यार ये तो point नहीं बन रहा है. मतलब इन्फ्लुएंसर करना ही है तो might as well first we reach that scale and actually hire amazing good people who have a knowledge on this. So the one thing that we did was we have shortlisted some influencers which are amazing. So skincare hai, so the ones who genuinely are passionate about skincare, which can be seen from their post history. And the second problem was आज मेरा product तुम endorse कर रहे हो, कल किसी और का करोगे. What is the point?
Correct,
Like if
that
a
makes
celebrity
sense.
is endorsing one perfume and next ID उसका दूसरा perfume है, दूसरा company, that does not make sense. So the companies have that law, right? You cannot endorse other products.
Other products.
So that is what we are trying to do. आगे जाके we will. Once we are sure about our company, once we are sure about our place in the market, influencers are an amazing tool. They are a really hardworking community which are often ridiculed because of a set few TikTok videos or whatever. But there are some actually passionate people on social media who know what they are doing. For example, on YouTube itself, there are so many tech guys who are employing hundreds of people in India. I'm telling you, there's one, there are 2-3 tech shows that I haven't even heard of, but they are employing around 600, 700 people. In fact, YouTube just published that YouTube contributed around 6,800 or 7,000 crore rupees to India's GDP. YouTube alone, $1 billion. That is not that big of money considering our nation's size. But imagine something that wasn't there 10 years ago, 5 years ago. And suddenly you have these studios that you only see 1%, but unke piche 100, 200, 500 log ka mehnat. So there are actually very passionate people here. And rightfully so, their fees are high. You have to impress them because they would not endorse a product which they don't believe in. So that is something we will look at, but later on. But as of now, influencers didn't work for us because of the reason that we did. 100 में से 80 लोग आदमी हैं and they are there to see her photos. That's it. They don't care आज मेरा company हो कल किसी और का हो. It does not matter to them.
Right. No, strangely enough, मेरा ये जो perception था with regards to influencers, it changed in the past 2 or 3 months. So in the month of December, we had a guest who has a marketing agency in Dubai, and he and his platforms are Instagram and TikToks only. Okay, and he has like great clientele. I've seen it. तो तभी बाद में मैं दिसंबर के महीने से मैं टिकटॉक पे था, राइट, एंड आई स्टार्टेड ऑब्जर्विंग कि नो पीपल आर रियली गुड एट इट. द ओनली रीजन व्हाई TikTok was ridiculed in India, see, I'll give you one, I mean, political reason also. So as a tech company, right, you are gathering a lot of information about the user. With that user, you are able to influence an entire country. So TikTok तो है चाइना का, right? So as an outsider company, तुम लोग उनका डेटा गैदर करके अगर किसी दूसरे कंट्री को पीछे करना चाहते हो तो व्हाट वुड बी योर टेक? कि मैं उनको ऐसी चीजें दिखाऊं, स्टूपिड चीजें दिखाऊं कि उनको लगे कि अगर मैं थोड़ा भी कुछ ऐसा नाच करूं या कुत्ते के साथ वीडियो डालूं तो मैं फेमस हो सकता हूं. दैट इज ऑब्वियसली स्टूपिडिटी, राइट? बट एट द सेम टाइम अगर चाइना वाला टिकटॉक देखे, जो वहां के लोग, आई मीन नॉट चाइना वाला, द सेम टिकटॉक दैट चाइनीज पीपल यूज, वहां के आईपी एड्रेस के हिसाब से, दे हैव सम अमेजिंग कंटेंट. टेक रिलेटेड हो, विद इंजीनियरिंग रिलेटेड हो, मैथ्स रिलेटेड हो. सो वहां के पीपल आर pushing those content which helps the youth to understand कि अच्छा ये चीज ऐसे हो सकती है. Like I'll give you an example, right? कि on TikTok मैंने एक प्रोफाइल देखा था, उसका हर कंटेंट वाज कि हाउ टू रेज अ बाइलिंगुअल किड, स्पेसिफिकली डेडिकेटेड टू के बाइलिंगुअल कैसे रेज करें. सो ये नीश इज वेरी स्मॉल, ओके, बट उसके भी फॉलोअर्स, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, वाज समवेयर अराउंड 2 lakh to 3 lakh on TikTok. So that is useful कि अच्छा मेरे को अगर जानना है कि कैसे करना है तो मैं वहां पे जाके करूँ. बट इंडिया में वही फेमस हुआ था कि नाचने वाले लोग फेमस हो
इंडिया
रहे
में तो
थे.
सभी बाइलिंगुअल है यार. बाइलिंगुअल इज समथिंग दैट इज नॉट इवन समथिंग टू बी प्राउड अबाउट इन दिस कंट्री. बाइलिंगुअल सब है, ट्राइलिंगुअल भी है. इनफैक्ट
in her content was how to raise bilingual kids of international languages, not the local language. तो
Okay, go
वैसा
ahead.
है, तो the content of is like greatly varies from what I saw, from what everyone saw in India to what I'm seeing right now. तो वो तो है यार कि there's a vast difference and it is ridiculous.
Mhm.
So now, Ayush, what that did not work for you, which is like the most common sense वाला जो approach होता था वही करता, मैं भी वही करता. So now what is your approach? Like how are you marketing your product around to everyone?
So, one of the things that we saw is unless you are a reputed brand, you have no. This goes for everything in life. Unless you are big, you have no bargaining power. You can't go and slash the rates of different things. So, one of the biggest overhead for any company, e-commerce, is logistics. It is a no-brainer. मेरे को मेरे warehouse से कहीं हजारों किलोमीटर दूर कुछ भेजना है. In fact, more than my product cost, वो delivery cost है. Sadly, in India, it is still a market of cash on delivery. 80-90% of e-commerce happens through cash on delivery. And this is a market where you have to always keep the customer happy. आज मेरा warehouse अगर X location पे है और एक बंदे ने 1000 किलोमीटर दूर मेरा एक फेस वॉश मंगाया and वहां पे डोर स्टेप पे उसने ना बोल दिया, मुझे नहीं चाहिए. What can you do? There are no laws for this, and as a company also you can't deny him service the second time, right? Now, if he's doing it ज़्यादा time, he may get banned. That is true, but you cannot even deny that service. So one of the things we saw that here we are too small to negotiate our fees with big delivery partners. So let us pivot to something which is already made. Enter Amazon. These big e-commerce sites, Amazon, Flipkart, Nykaa, Purple. So we pivoted our total strategy on them. Every money outside of our product that we spend goes into these platforms to optimize them, to run ads to them. Now, one of the things is if you want a product, it's so hardwired in our brain that you will not search Google anymore. तुम direct Amazon app पे ही उसका search करोगे. Whatever is it you want. You want a battery or you want a tech gadget, you want some clothes. You will not Google it anymore. You will directly go to that app and you will search it. Amazon is way ahead. It is miles ahead of Flipkart in a way that I can't even. Sometimes I'm ashamed that Flipkart is an Indian origin company. As a backend customer, as a backend, a person who's selling products on both these platforms, there is a massive, huge gap in the technologies and the convenience that these both platforms offer. Obviously, Amazon is the world's biggest company, one of the top 5. So there is bound to be difference. But the fact is there is no native app for Flipkart for my, an iPhone which is above iPhone 6. अभी भी तुम iPhone 10 या उसके बड़े वाले iPhone पे खोलोगे वो स्क्रीन ही इतना दिखता है. In Amazon, you can monitor your performance, you can monitor your sale in real time. You can create labels, you can do n number of stuff. You don't even need a laptop. I would go as far as saying that. You can actually run your Amazon business if you have a mobile. वो इतना nifty, इतना fast और इतना amazing है. You go to Flipkart, I challenge you 2-3 minutes में तुम frustrate होके log out कर दो. So by the virtue of that only anyway Amazon was our main focus. So we poured all our money, all our dedication into marketing on Amazon, creating awareness of our product, getting people to review them, honest reviews obviously. So that is what we are doing, and it has been working out fabulously for us. So we will start. We also have our website where we sell the products, but that has taken a backseat because we don't actively publicize it. Because as I said, this is a volume game. Unless I reach a certain minimum orders per day, I cannot negotiate my fees with the delivery partner. That is not true with Amazon. I can literally send my products to an Amazon warehouse, 50 pieces each across India in 3-4 warehouses. Amazon will take care that they will deliver the product next day itself. आप समझ रहे हो, आज मेरे वेबसाइट से कोई मंगाएगा 3-4 दिन में आएगा, आज Amazon से मंगाएगा नेक्स्ट डे प्राइम में. and all Amazon is doing is taking a cut. I only have to focus on getting feedback and working on it. So many companies that you see, the headphone company Boat, in fact, one of the biggest companies now is Wow Skincare. Their journey started from Amazon. In fact, Boat is primarily their 80% of their business comes from e-commerce. If I'm not wrong, they are that dependent, and rightfully so. I mean, literally half the headache was logistics. वेबसाइट पे ऑर्डर आता है तो मुझे लेबल प्रिंट करने का, मुझे वो बॉक्स करने का, पैक करने का, लेबल चिपका के रखने का, फिर डिलीवरी वाला आएगा, मुझे उसको देना, उस पर साइन करवाना. एंटर अमेजोन, 50 प्रोडक्ट मैंने अमेजोन को भेजा, तू रख तेरे वेयर हाउस पे, आगे वो जाने, उसका काम जाने. It is literally one of the, मतलब, we are blessed to have been born in such a time where you can literally earn money sitting at the comfort of your home. Desk पे, laptop पे, you can be productive and you can actually make a living for yourself. I've been lucky to have been doing that in all three of my work that I've been doing. My consultancy is purely laptop based because it's fintech. There is no physical things where I have to go and inspect. My stock market is fully laptop based. I don't even have to call the broker because discount brokers पे इतना app है, Zerodha, Zindabad. And the third is this: I only have to focus on the manufacturing and having a good quality product. So the focus will be Amazon for quite some time, quite some years, in my opinion, till we break a mark of say 50-60 crore. Then we can heavily launch our own website, have billboards, have dedicated teams. God willing, if we go there, we'll do that.
So that's a huge plan, man. That's a huge plan. Wow.
कुछ नहीं है यार plan. Honestly बोलूँ तो कुछ भी नहीं है. मतलब I'm telling you, if luck and money were directly proportional to hard work, आज अपने जो sweepers, watchmen, mailmen हैं वो करोड़पति होते. There is always going to be luck here. There is always going to be, being at the right place at the right time. But we are going to do our work. We aren't much concerned about the results. We'll do honest hard work. The rest is up to God.
That's rightly put. So I have this one absurd thought, okay, based on the conversation that we have had. कि तुम्हारे लिए फीमेल इन्फ्लुएंसर्स नहीं चले because most of the followers of that female influencer were male. कभी ऐसा सोचा है कि मेल इन्फ्लुएंसर को अपॉइंट करके, बिकॉज ऐसा हो सकता है कि उसकी मेजॉरिटी फॉलोअर्स फीमेल हो, तो मेल इन्फ्लुएंसर को अपॉइंट करें?
देखो, मेल इन्फ्लुएंसर्स काफी है, बट स्किन केयर में नहीं है इतना. The male influencers are travel bloggers, bikers, tech guys, apparel, clothes, beard. ये सब चीजें which are conventionally male. These people have a lot of success in that. So they're conventionally thought of something that, oh, these are what males are. That rough and tough wale. There are very few males who are giving tips on effective skincare, masks, homemade remedies. So it is difficult. How will females relate to them? But the biology is different, right? No matter the product, the female biology and male biology is different. The skin problem that male have, not necessarily females do. And if you notice something, that females generally have more breakouts because of their hormones. When they are PMSing, or even when they are at different stages of their life, they have to deal with it's more concerned. They are more concerned about their skin because they are more affected by it.
Right. Makes sense.
So I have personally not seen, I might be wrong, I have personally not seen any male influencer which is a very big name in beauty.
I understand. So Aayush, before we wrap
up, sorry to cut you off. To answer, we also did try some male influencers, but even that did not
work.
work. Right.
Right. I get it. So, Ayush, before we wrap up this conversation, I have one last question that I got from one of my followers yesterday. As a person who is now well aware of the skincare industry, what is one basic skincare routine that a person can follow? That I mean, the person should follow for a better skin. कि कुछ तुम्हें problem हो pimples का या acne का, irrespective of that, कि बस कल ये follow करो तो तुम्हारा skin अच्छा रहेगा.
One big thing that I tell everyone: drink a lot of water.
अच्छा.
Water is probably the only thing in human existence which, if consumed more, does not harm you. Everything has to have a limit. तुम vegetables भी ज़्यादा खाओगे, it will be harmful. तुम कम खाओगे, it will be harmful. But water is the only thing that, even if consumed more, does not have that big a detrimental effect to your body. ठीक है, तुम्हारा थोड़ा sodium level कम होगा body का, but that can be fixed by having a little more salt. But having water is extremely important too. I cannot stress this enough. Many of my friends are alive on half a glass of water a day or one glass. That is not enough at all. Water is extremely important, not even for your skin, for other functions as well, your liver, your kidneys. And it is, I don't know where your viewers are from or how, but apparently if you are on YouTube or internet है, तो it's safe to assume कि तुम्हारे पास पीने के लिए पानी तो होगा. It's something that that is fulfilled in your life. There is one thing that I would say that I did not do. And the second is wash your face twice. जब तुम खेल के आ रहे हो या it's a long day of work that you're sweating, even if you don't take a bath and if you're tired, might as well wash your face and then go to sleep. It really helps. That is what I would like to say.
Wow, great. I mean, thank you, Ayush, for doing this. I mean, the entire conversation has been quite insightful, and it was like, okay, yeah, समझ में आ रहा है चीजें कि क्या करनी चाहिए, क्या करनी नहीं चाहिए, and thank you for your input again. It was
Thank
a pleasure
you so much.
having
It's
you.
been an hour and I did not realize. Hopefully your viewers can, sit through all of it. And any constructive feedback or criticism, it's openly welcome.
Yes. So I'm stopping the recording now.